Hello there, how y'all doing? Welcome back. I was looking at some old files recently and I stumbled upon a bit of footage from 5 years ago that we never finished. And it was a video about all of the different smartphones that we've had over the years. And I thought it'd be nice to not only use that footage, but also bring it up to date. For those of you who have been with us since the beginnings of our channel, you're going to recognize the couch in the house that we used to live in back in Knoxville. So to begin the story, I toss it back to both of us in August of 2018. So here we are. Look at great phones. Take one. Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Welcome back. We have an interesting different kind of video for you today. We're going to be talking about technology. Now, we have always liked to try to stay up to date in terms of what cell phones we use. Mm-hmm. You know, everyone has a smartphone these days. And there are lots of interesting stories that surround cell phones. There was the time that, you remember when we were moving here to Knoxville? You lost a cell phone.
Yeah, I think I dropped it at a gas station.
Yeah, but nothing bad happened. We called and had it deactivated. But, you know, the smartphone has really been a part of a lot of people's lives these days. And we wanted to show you all the phones that we still have, because it's kind of like a fun little trip down memory lane for us and in what we've used. So that's what we're going to do. The first smartphones we ever had, and God forbid we should ever show these off. Greg, you show yours first.
I had a Palm Pre Plus.
You've got to show them the keyboard. Yes. I'm sure some people in the audience might have used a BlackBerry. This was another version of that, right?
Yeah, it's a QWERTY keyboard. I thought it was so fancy with this.
Tell everyone, because you're the one who used it. I mean, did it have some benefits, drawbacks, whatever?
I mean, there weren't a lot of apps for it. I don't know. It worked for what I needed it. Phone calls and messages and playing music, and that's about it.
Now, at the same time, I got the iPhone 3GS. And this thing, I did not like it. For one thing, for those of you who have used iPhones for a long time, it had only the rear camera. There was no front camera on this phone. The thing that really got me with this phone was that this little switch on the side here that you could flip to put it on silent. It started malfunctioning on me, and it would not go onto silent. And I was always leery of my phone going off in a movie theater. So I ended up having to turn the whole phone off just to be sure I wouldn't disturb anyone during the film, you know. So I was ready to get away from this phone. But I don't know why I still even have it. I mean, and all these phones we have still work. We always took good care of our phones. We were always very conscious. We didn't have as bad of cases of dropsy as some other people, except that one time.
I did shatter a screen once.
Yeah, you did. Then we got on the Android bandwagon, which we've been on ever since. We started with, and both me and Greg have had the same phones all the way. So whatever I've had, he's had as well, because of course,
maybe in a different color,
but the same model nonetheless, right? So anyone remember the Galaxy S2? Yes, and you could tell I really used it. I'm going to hold this up closer. You can see it. You can see the metal rubbed off on that. That 8 megapixel rear facing camera, and is my first front facing camera too. And I took lots of photos with this. Oh, I never noticed that too. That a lot of wear right there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I use this phone to death. And it was good to me. But then we both graduated to the Galaxy S4. A couple years later, when we were able to upgrade. I had the white one.
And mine was red.
Yeah, yours was red. And this was the one you dropped and shattered.
Yeah.
Not this particular one, but this was, your Galaxy S4 was the one you dropped and shattered.
Yeah.
You dropped it on, we have a tile bathroom floor in the house we're renting. And that was where you dropped it. And I remembered I came home and you were just, I think you had been sick from work that day. No, that's when we were working different shifts.
Yeah.
Right? And you were just so scared. I remember his words. I thought, oh God, he's going to kill me.
Well, it was expensive to replace.
No, but we were able to work it out. And then we went to the phone I just replaced, the Galaxy S7. We hung in there a little longer between phones than we did going from 2 to 4 and then from 4 to 7. And this phone served me well, except I will admit I dropped this one and cracked the rear-facing camera. And we had to get replacement glass.
Yeah, but all your pictures were kind of foggy after that.
Yeah, and that's why if you've been watching the vlog anytime in the past year since we've started, you can tell when I've used this rear-facing camera because it's been after I shattered that glass and replaced it on this lens.
The video's a little hazy.
Yeah, it's a little hazy, so that's why I was glad to get rid of this phone. I just did the factory reset on it earlier tonight, and I've got to send it back to AT&T per the terms of the upgrade that I have done on my phone. This is the S9 Plus, and in all of its beauty, I got a nice hard case for it. You got yours with you too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got a different kind of case. He got a blue one for his, but it's got a nice edge screen, and I've set it up to do the iris recognition, to where you just look at the sensor or the front-facing camera, and it unlocks the phone. I mean, I think the iPhone X does that now as well. But it's nice. It can also do face recognition.
Yeah, that's what I have mine set on.
Yeah, and it can also do the fingerprint scanner. Which one back here is the fingerprint scanner? Is it that one?
No, it's the big one. That one.
That one?
Yeah, that's the fingerprint sensor.
Yeah, the fingerprint sensor's here. I think that's like the.
That's the heart rate sensor.
That's the heart rate sensor, and there are 2 cameras back here, aren't there?
Yes.
Ooh.
For taking those fancy shots where the background is blurry but the front foreground is in focus.
Those are neat shots, you know. I think they call it adaptive focus, don't they?
Something like that.
Something like that.
And then after you take it, you can go back, and if you don't like it, you can actually adjust it.
That is neat. I ought to try that sometime. And of course, you have your light. I've already used this as a flashlight a few times at work. A flashlight always comes in handy. I remember the days when you had to download a separate app just for the flashlight. And of course, all those are unnecessary now that you have the button to where you can turn on the flashlight.
I mean, essentially, it's just
like
keeping
that.
the camera flash on solid.
All those apps had bloatware ads in them or whatever, but totally unnecessary, you know.
I mean, look at the size comparison between this Palm and this S9 Plus. I mean, it's 3 times the size.
Yes, I could stack all my phones up together, and I feel like I'm trying to do a hand of playing cards, but look at all the size differential in all the phones that I've had. It seems like they keep... I'm going to go and drop these things and ruin them all. Look at the size differential in all of these phones. I can get my hand out of the way here. I mean, the smallest one in the front, and they've all grown going towards the back. Which, comparing the S9 Plus to everything else is not really a fair comparison, because it is a bigger phone than the standard S9, right?
But the standard S9 is still bigger than the standard S7.
Yes. Or the S8?
The S8 and the S9 are about the same.
Really? Well, there wasn't much of a change between the S8 and the S9. I mean, there have been articles out there that the S9 is not selling so well because there's very little change from the S8. But supposedly, when the S10 comes out, what is it, next year? Mm-hmm. There will be a lot more changes, and I would hope there would be, because it seems like they changed a lot of stuff on the even-numbered phones. Okay, so let's bring you back to the present in October of 2023. A few phones and a cat later. both of our S9 Pluses met a very untimely end. Mine was a little more dramatic than Greg's was, but similar at the same time. So one day I was in Target and I was in the restroom and I dropped my phone and it landed screen side down on ceramic tile and the screen cracked. And I had to go replace it. So I went and replaced it to a Best Buy here in Atlanta, and I got the S10 Plus. The notable thing about getting that S10 Plus, and all I have left of it is the case, I'll explain why in a moment, is that I got it in February of 2020, just a few weeks before the pandemic started. So that was a timely thing. It was right before the S20 came out. That was why I was only able to get the S10. But all I have left is the case for it because I decided to upgrade it just a little while ago. Now, Greg's S9 Plus, he kept it for a little while longer, and at some point down the line, he dropped it and cracked the back glass. The front was okay, though. It was still working, but it was getting really out of date and out of service. There weren't any updates being provided for it. So Greg decided to upgrade just about a month or so ago to the S22, and that's what he has right here. And he has the nice hard case that I recommended he get because I don't want dropping to happen and damaging the back glass of a phone anymore. So I got to thinking about that, and my S10 Plus was still working okay. You know, I had no problems with it. I finally, for once, decided to do an upgrade on my terms rather than it, well, I've done upgrades on my terms before, but it seemed like that after the last time that I had to upgrade, I decided, okay, I want it to be my choice this time. So I said goodbye to the S10 Plus and hello to the S23 Plus, the latest and greatest Plus model that's out. And I got a nice orange case for it. No affinity to the Vols assumed because I lived in Knoxville all those years. But this looks pretty nice. I got a nice case-borne case, rugged with a kickstand, because, you know, I like that sort of thing. Like that. Yeah. So it's working really good for me, and you'll see lots of videos made with this thing in the future. All right, so that brings the smartphone story up to date. And I hope you enjoy it. Do you have any memories? Do you have any favorite smartphones? Leave us a comment down below and let us know. I'd be curious to see what you have to say. So we will see you on the next video from Atlanta Pride 2023. It's almost that time of the year here in Atlanta, and we love it. All right? Don't forget to like the video, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. Hit the bell so you know when you get new videos from us, and they'll come. Don't worry. You know us, quality rather than quantity. All right, we'll see you soon. Have a good day and take care. Bye.